all you do is sleep.
Well, no, officer, it wasn't me, I swear.
It's you again. What, man? Come on. What did I forget this time? Just tell me already. Really? Come on, man. I'm trying to edit your videos and all you do is sleep. You really didn't even think about Bowser Legend Armageddon? You know, with the crazy short prints, the Starlight Rares are impossible to get. Any of this ringing a bell? Crap, I did forget. Alright.
Oh, jeez.
Whatever, man. I'm done with you. Alright. I'm coming. Ugh. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Collector's Vault, where cardboard is king. My name is Mike, and yep, it's time for my delayed video response, basically to the whole new set, Bowser of Legend Armageddon. It is obviously the highly anticipated Bowser Legend set that we've been waiting for a while, and sure enough, a lot of highly anticipated reprints and brand new cards. Notably are some of those like Numeron cards. We're finally getting the Fossil archetype, which is pretty cool. And of course, just like any Bowser Legend, or any Yu-Gi-Oh set for that matter, there are some short prints. And yes, there are some horrible ones. Now, similar to Toon Chaos, this is not a main core booster set. It's one of those, like, you know, side reprint sets. Similar to Hidden Arsenal and all the other deck building sets. But this is, you know, the typical Bowser Legend where we kind of are waiting for all these awesome reprints that we, you know, maybe a few brand new cards as well. This is really focusing on all of those like big dragon promo cards that were released in the Shonen Jump magazines, and let's not forget the Chaos Emperor Dragon that was not released as a Shonen Jump promo, but it was instead a Torment prize card. So, you know, go figure. But that being said, they also wanted to surprise us by inputting the 10,000 Dragon, which was a card that was initially released, I think, in the main booster sets in Japan. You know, celebrating the 10,000th card being printed, and well, we didn't get that in the main. I don't remember. I think it was Ignition Assault that was supposed to have it, but regardless, they decided to put it into this set. I don't really think this set needed this to kind of like, you know, help spike up the price or to make people want to go buy it. I think people were kind of excited for the Bowser Legend anyway, but regardless, they did input 10,000 Dragon as a Starlight Rare. And as well as another Utopia. That was kind of a surprise, was the Utopia Starlight Rare. Because it's not, at first I thought it was like a, when I saw it online, I thought it was a Japanese card, like an OCG card. But then I realized, no, this like writing is like, I think it's supposed to be like something from the anime, like the number XYZ like language, I don't know. Basically, it still looks cool. It almost reminds me of like ancient Egyptian. So now we have two really cool Starlight Rares that are also available in this set to be, they're basically the lottery cards of the set. They are, you know, in the fashion of short prints, just very hard to come by. From what I understand, and some the people I've been talking to on Facebook and online, these things are pretty hard to come by. They're about 1 in every 1 1/4 cases. So essentially, if you buy 5 cases, you should get about 2 of these things. Now, remember, we're talking about cases, not boxes. So a case is 12 boxes of cards, and a box is 24 packs. So you're looking at a lot of packs to go through before you even come across one of these things. And then the other big thing is, well, there's 2 Starlight Rares, 2 lottery cards. What are the odds of getting one or the other? And you would think it would be 50-50. But in actuality, it seems like, ironically, it's the 10,000 Dragon that's the more abundant one to come by, and the Utopia one has been the, you know, the lesser of the two. I mean, I know that might vary from region to region. And now you're wondering, what's it going to do with the price? Now, I saw people, and the worst part is, oh my gosh, there were some people on Facebook saying, my gosh, if you pull any one of those, you pulled $15,000 in one card. And I'm here to say, no, the cards are not worth that much. Now, are the cards hard to come by? Absolutely. Should that, you know, warrant a higher price point compared to other cards? Absolutely. It makes kind of sense. It's supply and demand. There aren't that many of these things around, and people want them. And not just for, you know, the secondary market purposes of reselling them, even just for collectibles. Some people probably want to keep these forever. Get them graded, who knows? And then sell them, or then keep them. You know, the point is, these are obviously really hard to come by. Now, I am really surprised that they actually went a little bit further of making the Utopia have the special language. Did you know that the 10,000 Dragon, if you hold it at a certain angle, actually has the number 10,000 written on it? It's actually kind of cool. Now, I do feel that the cards are, a more understandable price is probably somewhere around $1,500 and not $15,000. So I'm not sure if that person maybe did a typo and he added an additional zero by accident. But I've seen some people saying, "Hey guys, look, buy it now." Like not even on eBay, just like on the social media platforms, they're saying, "Hey guys, I have one. Buy it now. PayPal for $1,500 to $1,600." And for all I know, maybe they're already gone. I haven't checked recently. And it seems like that's mainly for the 10,000 Dragon. I'm not quite sure what the Torby is going for. But regardless, I am kind of curious to see what that. I'll have to kind of go online, or maybe I'll put some posts here that way you can kind of see what people are asking for these cards. Again, just because people are asking these prices does not mean that's what it's worth. You know, like this set just came out. The market's going crazy right now. Nothing is stabilized. However, I do also want to talk about the cards that are not just the lottery cards, but the I think there's ultra rares and secret rares in this set. That's kind of how they're giving, like, you know, releasing these cards. Now, sure enough, there are short prints among the ultras and secret rares, and it's not just in the brand new cards; it's also in the reprints. I think, for what I've seen, the biggest ones are the two reprints, which are Invocation and the Chaos Emperor Dragon, you know, like retrained Pendulum Monster. Definitely, in all the videos I've seen, all the pictures I've seen of all the people who've bought multiple cases, you know, like several pallets worth of cards, they've announced that the three biggest short prints are Invocation, the Chaos Emperor Dragon reprint, and I think Invocation is even harder to pull than the Chaos Emperor Dragon. But the biggest short print among the ultra rares and secret rares is the Fossil Warrior Skull Knight. I think it is. He is apparently the hardest card to pull, like outside of the Starlight rares. Skull Knight is the hardest to pull. Now, it seems like Skull Knight is he's probably the biggest card I want to talk about today, because obviously the Chaos Emperor Dragon is big, because now this is actually a print of the card that's not, you know, like you don't have to spend thousands of dollars for this card or go win a YCS or go win a YCS to get this card. You just have to basically, you know, pull it out of a pack or go spend the money for it. From what I've seen, they're going for around $50, and I'm sure some people are very happy to spend that much money on a card that is just that good. It's, you know, highly anticipated, finally released to the public. And Invocation's a weird one, because not only is this the fourth print of this card, it is actually like, again, like it's the fourth print of this card, and it's still going to fetch a high price because of how short printed it is. I mean, this card came out as a short print secret rare in the original set, a short print super rare, which at one point they were fetching over $40 for a super rare. Insane. And you need 3 of that card playing in a deck. And then there was the ultimate rare version, which is the highest rarity, and they were going for like well over $100 at one point. And that actually made sense. And now we're seeing it reprinted as a secret rare again. I don't know why they make an ultra rare, but of course they made it a secret rare to make it harder to pull, and it is one of the hardest secret rares to pull in this set. And I think it's still fetching prices up to $30. So have fun trying to play any Invoke deck. They've also reprinted all the other Invoke monsters, I think, but yeah, sure enough, Invocation, which is already one of the hardest cards to get in the deck, is now also short printed. Go figure. But now I want to talk about the new card that came out that is the biggest short print in the set, and that is the Fossil Warrior Skull Knight. Apparently, he actually is pretty good for what the Skull Knight engine or the Skull Knight or the Fossil deck does. I think he's just, you know, like his effects kind of irrelevant. But the point is, I've read it. I think he pops monsters on the field. That's kind of the good thing he does. He kills monsters, but he definitely is a card that you actually want to play if you were playing the Fossil Fusion, you know, engine in a deck or playing the deck itself. The thing is, I think people were saying I think it was like the guy only pulled 3 of these things out of like, gosh, I don't even know how many cases. I'll have to put it up for you guys to see. And I'm thinking, well, if people want this card, isn't this the exact same thing as some of the other crazy reprints? Like the Malicious Bane and the Captain Gold, or the Dark Magician Soul card? Like, these apparently are just as hard to pull as these, maybe even harder. I mean, like when I saw that the guy only pulled 3 out of so many cases, I was blown away. Now, that also makes me feel that this card should fetch a really high price, and apparently, from when I last saw, and when I last bought these things, I think this is a good pickup. I saw them for $16. $16 for a card that's that hyped up, like hyped up from what I understand, but that short printed, that just screams investment opportunity. So, I swear, if you guys see these cards for under $20, I think it's worth at least picking up a playset, or even just buy one. Just buy one and see what happens. I think if you could pick up at least even a playset, that'd be a really good little investment opportunity. If you guys want the card to play with it, you know, then I would say here, buy 2 playsets. It might cost you like what, 40, maybe up to $100 to get 6 of these cards, but you know what? If you're up for the challenge, if you're up for the investment opportunity, buy 2 playsets, so that way you have a playset to play with them. I'm not even sure you even need a playset, but the point, you have your own playset, and then you have another playset to ride on and see, hey, let me see if this card actually does shoot up in price. Because I remember Malicious Bane was a card that was like $30 when it first came out, because people didn't realize what short printed it was, and then the card went over $100. And that was only for the hero deck. This little fossil deck might be like a potential like engine that a lot of decks can play, especially any fusion deck. I'm not quite sure if that's true or not, but we'll find out. I just feel like with the deck basically revolved around the opponent's graveyard, kind of like Invocation, how that revolved around both graveyards, but you know, it could take things out of your opponent's graveyard and banish them. Fossil Fusion does the exact same thing, and it also utilizes rock monsters, which Adamantipator is one of the best decks in the game, so I'm thinking maybe that's probably the big deck that's going to be using them. And if that be the case, that's why I figured that the deck or the engine would be useful. And if that be the case, then wouldn't the Fossil Knight, Skull Knight, whatever, be like a really highly anticipated card? And right now, it is, but the price doesn't really reflect that. I mean, for a card that is that hard to pull, I think $16 is just ridiculous. So, anyway, guys, that's just my 2 cents on this whole set. I mean, you know, ever since this health scare that happened back in March, all the Yu-Gi-Oh sets have been kind of like crazy right now. Everything from the main booster set Eternity Code to the side sets like, what was it, well, not so much Dual Devastator, but mainly Toon Chaos, and now we have Battles of Legend Armageddon. Like I'm not even sure if these are actually even hard to come by. I don't think there was like a delivery problem with these, but the boxes are going for like what, $80 to $90 now. I think at least $90 for a box. And hey, man, there's some really good cards in the set. If you're lucky enough to get one of these Starlight Rares, then you're gonna make a lot of money. And if you're willing to spend $1,000 on a bigger investment opportunity, then hey, these might be the big cards. I mean, rumor has it that there's only 10,000 prints of the 10,000 Dragon. I don't think there's any actual proof of this, but if that's true, and especially if that comes to light, like Konami actually announces, yes, there are only 10,000 copies of that card. I'm not even sure if it would even matter by region. Like, what if they I'm not sure it was 10,000 per language, because obviously 10,000 for North America, 10,000 for Europe, or maybe like if they do it by language, like French, Italian, Spanish, Portuguese. I don't know. I just don't know. I really don't think they're going to do that. If they were to, because let's just say it is 10,000 per language, then the card's not going to be as hard to come by. People were saying there's only 10,000 of that card in existence, including basically in the TCG among all the languages. Again, I really don't see that being possible, especially not at these ratios, because if you're pulling that many, like, if you are pulling that many between him and the Utopia card, maybe there are more than 10,000. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see it again. The set just came out. There's still a lot of questions to be asked. This is just my thoughts on the set. So, if you guys like this video, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video. It really does make a big difference. Comment down below if you guys want to just ask any questions. I'm always happy to talk to you guys. And also, don't forget to hit that little bell in the corner. Apparently, it's a big deal if you hit that little bell. That way, you get notified of my future videos. And yeah, guys, I think that's enough for now. So take it easy.